I don't know, like the answer I got, and there's some place to look online on your site about what I need to look for. I'm not quite sure how to say. So I hear you're making a prenup. I just
Right.
checking to make sure that you're not giving the kids money to like I'm not. I don't feel like that would go well.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so
Is there any way to
no.
um there's isn't. I just
No. Yeah, your ex is getting remarried and he's thinking about entering into a prenup with his new wife. No, you have to
mhm.
stay out of it.
Okay.
All right, Beth, I'm
So
gonna
there's no way to just sort of ask. I'm just making sure that the medical is still being paid for and the
I mean,
can I not mention prenup and just say I'm just checking on a couple of things and not mention that the reason I'm checking is because they could get messed up in a prenup.
the prenup shouldn't have any impact on expenses.
Okay.
The prenup really is just the contract between him and his new wife as to what happens to their property after they get married and the property they have
Okay.
going into the marriage. So it shouldn't impact your kiddos at all. And I've never seen a world where an ex gets to ask about the prenup.
Yeah, I know. I know it's not my business. I get that it's not my business. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't in some way impact since here's what since I happen to know that they were having a heated discussion
Hmm.
about the divorce decrees and how
In
the divorce
relation to the
decrees,
prenup. Interesting.
yeah, because I know that conversation happened, that makes me a little leery of making sure they don't seem to know what the divorce decrees say. The number of times that I'm like, no, we just did this, and it says right here, and he's like, no, I get to do blah blah blah. No, 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 you don't. You were the one that asked for this change, and you are the one that agreed and saw it.
Yeah.
So I do not trust that the two of them have the capacity to understand what it says and make a good prenup. But I'm assuming they would do it with their lawyer.
Right.
I don't trust their lawyer either.
Beth, you got you got no skin in this game.
Okay. All
Sorry
right.
about
So
that.
be it.
All right.
All right.
Mallory, welcome. You
You
are
are
live
live
with
with
the
the
Modern
Modern
Navigator.
Navigator.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, how can
Yeah,
I
how
help
can I help
today?
today?
Um, I have a few questions about an ongoing case for allocation of parental responsibilities. It's been about 2 years now. The jurisdiction is currently in Colorado. I have relocated to Texas. We have yet to have final orders in Colorado. The case was opened almost 2 years ago, and since then, Dad has repeatedly called for welfare checks on me, harassed me, cussed me out, harassed my parents. Went to Japan, he's currently in China, but still blaming me for alienation and not being able to see his daughter. She'll be 4 in November and has spent approximately less than 3 months total with her in her entire life. I am quite terrified of having final orders done in Colorado. My judge is bitter and jaded and basically just goes with 50-50. He has made several comments on the bench about not caring, not knowing what to do. He's close to retirement and wants to take a vacation. He is due to retire in December of this year. Our final orders hearing date is set for November 18th. I don't know if it's possible to change the jurisdiction to Texas, if my judge would have to grant that, what reason I would have for that to be granted. Um,
Okay, so
Okay,
let me
so
ask
let me
some
ask some
questions.
questions.
Do
Do
you
you
live in
live in
Texas?
Texas?
yes, I will have been there for 6 months as of September.
And
And
where does
where does
your
your
husband or
husband
your
or your
ex
ex
live?
live?
Currently in China, his home permanent residence has always been North Carolina. We didn't know each other well. We were never married. He wasn't present. He's never been present, only to harass me and wreak havoc in our daughter's life. But his permanent address has always been North Carolina, but in the past 4 years he's lived in Dubai, Japan, China, New York, California, Texas. Like his job takes him all over the place.
Okay.
Okay.
So interesting. Why is my sound weird? I'm gonna just mute you while I talk for a minute, and then I'll unmute you because the sound is weird. Or maybe if it's coming through on your computer, if you could mute your computer. I don't know. Okay, so if nobody lives in the state of Colorado, no child and no parent lives in the state of Colorado, Colorado loses jurisdiction. So then, in order to start that discussion, you may want to file in Texas and then ask for a UCCJEA conference and ask that Colorado release jurisdiction. And it sounds like, based on what your judge has been saying, that the judge may be very inclined to do so. The downside is you start over. The upside is you get out of Colorado's jurisdiction.
Okay. Yes, I just met with a Texas attorney before this meeting, and she said no, they wouldn't. It basically would be up to the judge, but that they would want to have the final orders done in Colorado, since I guess our witnesses are there, but everything's remote. We just had a motion passed for everything to be remote. Everyone's joining on WebEx. Everybody.
Yeah. So is it guaranteed that Colorado release jurisdiction? No. But you have a very good argument for why they should, because they've lost jurisdiction if nobody lives there anymore. So you just need to find a new Texas attorney who's willing to take that chance. And then they argue about where is the appropriate jurisdiction. And yes, Dad could argue, oh, all the witnesses are in Colorado. But if it's very easy to get the witnesses, like, does Dad actually have witnesses in Colorado?
Yes.
Who?
The exchange therapist. That was it. And the CFI.
Okay. Is there any reason to testify remotely?
No.
I mean, you could certainly try.
The Texas attorney said, well, you might upset the judge by starting something in Texas and making it look like you are intentionally going around the Colorado's jurisdiction without their permission.
Well, the only way to do it, I mean, I guess you could try filing a motion to release jurisdiction or a motion to dismiss your whole action. Are you the petitioner?
I am not.
Okay. Is it possible that the judge in Colorado will not let you? Yes. Is it possible that the judge in Texas will be like, you're foreign shopping? Yes, it's possible. It's also possible that Colorado says, yeah, nobody lives here. We've lost jurisdiction. Mom and kid are in Texas. The 6-month rule does matter-ish. It only matters before you have your first order. And you don't have your first final order yet, but you do have your first, temporary order.
Yes. And unfortunately, I had a CFI investigation that reflected me quite poorly in a surprising way, as I am an alienator and a gatekeeper, and my anxiety poses a risk to the child when it wasn't acknowledged at all. Like, well, maybe I have anxiety because I have the cops at my house. Maybe I have anxiety because I'm getting cussed out and called 16 times in a row almost every other week. Maybe I have anxiety because Dad's constantly threatening to take baby away while she's still breastfeeding, and disparaging my parenting credibility through the court system with nothing but lies and no evidence, and it's been a lot. So now we're working on a CFI rebuttal investigation, but I don't know if Colorado or Texas jurisdiction is any different, but I know that the courts put a lot of weight on what the reports say, and I don't know how to fix that.
Well, so if Dad lives in China, what does he want?
To harass me, punish me, I don't know, make me spend all of my money that I'm making on my 3 jobs as a single parent and give all my paychecks to my lawyer. I have no idea.
What is he asking for?
Full custody.
Really?
Yeah.
He wants to be the custodial parent in China?
Yep.
Wow.
When she was 1.5 and breastfeeding, and he was a complete stranger to her, he would not negotiate outside of taking her for 2 straight weeks while she was breastfeeding as a complete stranger. There's no understanding of child development with this person and how it would impact his own daughter to do that to her.
What is the recommendation of the CFI?
Um, kind of like a 50-50 step up every other weekend, 40 days in the summer, every spring break, overnights. I was shocked that she recommended overnights. At the time, our daughter was 2, and dad was living 4.5 hours away at a temporary job in Colorado in a shared housing situation with 2 grown 50-something-year-old men with no background checks. She's not been around a lot of men. She's very shy. She's had separation anxiety, but the CFI just said, "Oh yeah, overnight should be fine." She's never even been alone with him for more than 9 hours every other weekend for a little bit of a time, and his parenting time actually was reduced. He did work up to his 9-hour visits every other weekend, but he wasn't taking care of her. He wasn't feeding her properly. He wasn't hydrating her properly. She was returned sick. She returned with her mouth licked raw because her separation anxiety was so bad. She was in soiled, wet clothing. She got sick after a visit with him. It's been really hard on her.
Okay. So nobody has recommended he go have custody in China.
No.
And it can't do every other weekend.
Right.
I mean, you're probably okay to just move forward and get your case finished in Colorado.
And so likely it would be ordered for a step-up plan every other weekend, even though he's in China.
He can't have every other weekend. It's not even possible.
Is
Is he working there and living there?
He's working and living there. It's temporary. Who knows? He's had contracts for a year at a time, but maybe he'll finish 3 months of it. Maybe he'll finish 6 months of it. Maybe he'll leave tomorrow. I really don't know.
Okay.
So then maybe he does get a step-up plan for when he's in Colorado, but he's not going to get very much time while he's in China. And it also sounds like even when he's given parenting time, he doesn't utilize all of it.
No, the last time he exercised his parenting time was in January, the first week of January in 2025. So that was the last time he saw her.
Okay. So,
I mean, you and your attorney have to decide, but I do think trying to get it moved to Texas is an option, but there are pros and cons, and I do think if you move forward in Colorado, you should be okay.
Okay, and then in terms of decision making, do you think it's likely that a judge would order that we share decision making given the history of his absenteeism and harassment?
I think if the judge thinks that you're a gatekeeping mom, he's not going to give you final say.
Yes, it was. That was written in the CFI report, concerns about gatekeeping.
So
like practically, you kind of need final decision making. Dad's in China, but if that's temporary or he's coming back, I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up with joint.
Even if there's been a history of him referring to her pediatrician as incompetent, hippie, crackhead, doesn't believe anything I say, has written in Talking Parents that he doesn't believe anything I say. I'm a hateful piece of shit, ugliest piece of shit, effing F you, terrible mother. Like, it's pages and pages of language like this toward me. Effing child, severe mental illness, ugliest piece of S I've ever known, hateful, shitty mother, what'd the therapist say about you, therapist called you dysregulated, severe mental illness, that's a lot of that.
that's awful.
But I can't tell you what your judge is going to do.
I just don't understand why the CFI came to the conclusion that I was gatekeeping. Like, cannot wrap my. I sent her all this information about where I'm sending him messages. When are you going to call? When are you going to visit? Did you find an exchange therapist? This is how it's impacting her. This is her pediatrician. This is her therapist. When are you going to visit for her birthday? Like, no idea.
Did
Did
they
they
give
give
any
any
examples?
The example was that I was manipulating the mental health care professionals to get the results I wanted because I reached out to an expert for testimony about bond and attachment and high conflict separation, and I spent like $700 an hour for this lady. And I think they were saying that I was trying to manipulate it, but I was just trying to protect my daughter's mental health and emotional well-being because nobody else seemed to care or acknowledge that she was disassociating, licking her mouth raw, biting herself, throwing herself on the floor. Like, it was awful. And it was as reported by mother. Well, yeah, because she's a baby and no therapist she's fine in therapy. She acts fine because she's not with dad. Yeah, sorry, it's just been a lot, and I'm just really concerned about her going with him at such a young age. She has no concept of time. She still can't speak in complete sentences. She regressed in her potty training when visits started. Now we're back on potty training. She doesn't like anybody else to change her poopy diapers. She's uncomfortable about going on the toilet. She's very shy. She's very attached to me. Dad has harassed me in front of her. We have had the police involved in front of her. He has cussed at me in front of her. Like, she knows that tension. She doesn't understand or can't articulate it yet.
Do you trust your lawyer?
I don't know. I think he's really good, but I think he has a high caseload, and I think he's tired of the high conflict, and I think I have made some anxiety-driven, irrational decisions that he probably thought, why did you do that? You had, like, a silver platter handed to you, and I wanted more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to just go through this, Mallory, right? There's no easy way out. There's no way to change the circumstances. All you can do is make decisions based on where you're at today. And you have options, you have choices, but you want to make those decisions not based on anxiety, but based on information and expertise of people you trust.
Yeah, it's just trying to gather everything in preparation for this final order and doing the CFI rebuttal and hoping for the best in that, and trying to have the jurisdiction changed, but it just seems like there's become more of a status quo for 50-50, but it's not like we have a traditional background of a separation where father was present in child's life. Father has never been present in her life. It's not like she's just going to go over to dad's for the weekend. She's never been alone with him in a comfortable situation. He's lived out of his car. He lives out of hotel rooms. It's not stable.
Yeah.
You have a lot.
You have a lot of evidence. You have a lot of things that are strengths for your cases. It's almost one of these cases where, like, you're doing too much. You're trying too hard. You don't need an expert. You know? Like, he's living out of his car. Why do you need an expert at $700 an hour to say that your daughter's having a hard time adjusting to parenting time? Like, that probably didn't help.
Yeah. It's hard to grasp her at such a young age going with him when he's been so awful and unstable. It is documented in the CFI report, his PTSD and his mental instability and all of the diagnosis of that.
Yeah.
He does have a bad temper. He does, get upset with her. Can't prove it. other than when she comes back to me and tells me things, but that's as reported by mother. Yeah, it's just terrifying to send your child off with someone who hates you so much and wants nothing other than your, destruction. But
It is absolutely terrifying.
yeah.
Mallory, I'm
gonna see if Beth has any other questions for now.
I do.
Okay.
So I'm getting ready for the hopefully the final. He asked for a modification, and it got postponed, and so I need to turn in new financials right before it's been like the last time we met was November, right? So I since we're discussing alimony, I have to turn in new financials.
Okay.
Is that accurate?
Are you in Arizona?
No, I'm Texas. I'm not. No, I'm not Texas. I used to be Texas. I'm California.
Okay. So California will have its own rule about how often you have to update your income information.
Okay. Then I think I'm accurate that it has to be at least every 6 months, and it's been over 6 months.
Okay.
So I need to turn it in. And so is what would be turned in also a California issue?
Yes.
So I'm just
in
going to look
Arizona,
at
that
what
would
I
be an
turned in the
affidavit of
first time.
financial information. I do know that California is very, very form driven, so there is a form that you are required to turn in.
Okay. All right. So I can just redo that form and the attachments. I just copy what I was done the first time.
If nothing's changed, yeah. And it might be that the rule says if things have changed, you need to update it. Or it might be that the rule says you have to do one every 6 months regardless.
Well, things have changed. So,
Okay.
all right. How would I go about finding out if he's turned stuff in?
Well, you should be served a copy if he has filed anything.
All right. So I would receive it if he's turned something in.
I mean, our system that does e-filing automatically sends notification to the other party or their counsel.
And if the stuff was originally put in by a lawyer, and then we filed I'm no longer using that lawyer, it would come to me.
A notice of withdrawal, yeah, it should come to you.
Okay. All right. Okie dokie. That's all my questions. That's it. That's all I've got.
Okay, Mallory, anything else I can help you with today?
No, thank you. I appreciate the glimmer of hope and that I have a possibility of having the case transferred. I do.
And I
Um,
have a friend who owns a law firm in Texas that you may want to contact. His name's Brian Walters. The firm is Walters and Gilbreth. If you contact them, they're very, very aggressive.
Okay, I will do that. Do you think it would be, since he has petitioned the court for all of this parenting time and then just disappeared to Japan and China, would it be reasonable to ask for some reimbursement of attorney's fees? Does that ever happen?
That is a better question for a lawyer.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you all for being here. The Modern Divorce Navigator is going to be moving to having 3 different lives per week, all with 3 different lawyers. And then we're going to be working up to 5 different times a week so that you will be able to see a lawyer every single day through the Modern Divorce Navigator. Our pricing is also going up as of August 1st, but not for existing members. So existing members are locked in at your current price. But as of August 1st, the cost to join will be $59. And it will probably go up after that. So thank you all for being members now and joining. And we will, let's see, the next live we have will be, Marjan, is it next Monday? Okay. We will post the live. So they are going to be on, I think it's either Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday right now today. So we'll get that posted so that you know when to be at the next lives. And that'll be with Laura Chapman, who covered for me, and then another lawyer, Tracy Wood, in our office. So thank you all for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye.